You would not believe what I'm going through. Okay. I know it's always something. So this is like, I don't know, probably part 5. I don't know. I'll have the numbers on the description of the videos. So I went tonight to get my second vaccine on my rabies. Whew. If you've seen the first one, you know I waited 8 hours, right? And then you saw the runaround I'm getting with the hospital. So I called down there and they said that they're like packed. So I waited a few hours. I called down there and the guy said, well, we're really dead. Like, you'll probably be seen within an hour or less. But I can't make you any guarantees. And don't quote me on that. She said, but I could see an hour and a half or even less. So I go down there. I tell him I need to check in for my rabies vaccine, the emergency room. I go down there and she asked me, a couple quick questions, really hardly anything. I sat down in the waiting room and I literally, within like 10 minutes, which 10 minutes to me is nothing. Even if it was 20 minutes, like if it was an hour, like that's nothing, right? Compared to 8 hours. They take me in the back. And when I get to the back, this is when all the weird stuff was happening. So the lady asked me, like, do you feel safe at home? Just the regular questions. And as she's asking me these questions, she asked me, are you on illicit drugs? I'm like, no. She says, like, do you feel safe at home? Do you know about the policy with our hospital, blah, blah. And then she asked me, are you suicidal or, like, do you have any plans to hurt yourself? I'm like, no. She's like, and you're not doing illicit drugs? I'm like, no. She goes, and are you sure you don't have any problems to hurt yourself? She asked me the same questions about hurting myself and if I'm on illicit, illegal drugs. Like 5 times each one total. I'm like, that is really weird. I said, ma'am, I'm just here to get my vaccine for rabies. I was here 3 days ago. She goes, and you don't have any thoughts of killing? I'm like, again, you're going to ask this? This is really weird. So she's like, well, the doctor will be right with you. It shouldn't take too long. So I wait for not too long. Maybe, I don't know, 40 minutes, or 30 minutes. I didn't wait that long. She comes back in the room and she has the vaccine. And she's about ready to give it to me. Like, she's right next to me, like, she's telling me to pull up my arm. I was like, ma'am, I ain't seen the doctor yet. And she's like, excuse me? She goes, yeah, you already seen the doctor. I'm like, yeah, I saw the doctor 3 days ago. I said, but I ain't seen the doctor yet. I was like, don't I have to see the doctor? Or are you just going to give me the vaccine? She goes, oh, you haven't seen the doctor yet. I'm like, no. She goes, I checked you in a while ago. She was the same one that asked me all these weird questions. I'm like, yeah. She goes, and you still ain't seen the doctor yet? I'm like, no. She's like, you shouldn't have told me that. I said, why? She goes, because now that I know that I can't give you the vaccine, you need to see the doctor, and then I can give you the vaccine. Like, why even she give me the vaccine? Because 3 days ago, the doctor had to give it to me. But she was like, yeah, so you'll just have to wait for the doctor. I'm waiting a little bit longer now. So she comes in with the vaccine, and she was like, looks at me, and I gave her that look like, and she goes, what? Like, because she had thought that this time I did see the doctor. I was like, Mom, still see the doctor. She goes, you know what, just, that's fine, because the doctor's going to tell you to get the vaccine anyway. She goes, I'll just go and give it to you. This is where it gets good. So she gives me the vaccine. She goes, yeah, and then you'll see the doctor. I'm thinking, to see the doctor about what? About getting the vaccine? Because you just gave it to me, right? Right? Am I right or am I right? This story's getting better. So I could have got the vaccine in like less than 30 minutes of being there. Like, I walk in, because for the time I walked in to the time she was about ready to get to me was less than 30 minutes. And I would have been out of there. Because between me and you, I could have gotten the vaccine and just walked out. Because why see the doctor? I don't need to talk to the doctor. So she gives me that vaccine. Because she got tired of waiting. I got tired of waiting on the doctor. And I'm waiting like a long time now. And something tells me, just leave. You can't never get the vaccine. What are they going to do? Call the police on you? But I'm not like that. And that's my problem. I wait. So I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. Finally, the doctor comes. He's like, what brings you in? I explained to him, well, I just came up here, because I got the vaccine stuff. He's like, yeah, we're going to have to order the vaccine. It might be a while. I'm like, no, you don't. He goes, yeah, we do. I'm like, sir, I already got the vaccine. Yeah, you got the vaccine 3 days ago. I'm like, no. The nurse just gave me the vaccine like 2 hours ago. He goes, she did? I said, yeah. He goes, well, I guess you don't need to talk to me. I'm like, no, not really. He goes, you're just probably waiting on your discharge papers. I'm like, yeah. I came up here to get the vaccine out the door. I was like, but instead I came up here, opened up my big mouth, had to wait longer, waited on you. You never came, so she gave me the vaccine. After I got the vaccine, still waiting on you, and you finally come. So, yeah. So he's like, yeah, I'll just go ahead and get your discharge papers, and then you'll be out of here. No, not at all. So he leaves, and I'm waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. And finally another doctor comes in. He goes, hi, I'm Dr. So-and-so. What brings you in? I'm like, sir, I came here to get a vaccine. That's what, because you want to answer the question, right? Because he asked me that. I said, I'm here to get a vaccine, which I've already gotten. What do you mean? He looks at me and goes, what do you mean? Like I'm an idiot. I was like, I came here to get my second vaccine, which I've already gotten. He goes, but you ain't seen the doctor yet. I'm like, yeah, I already have. He goes, no, you just saw me just now. I ain't seen you yet. I'm like, sir, I was here 3 days ago. I've already seen the doctor. Then I came in tonight. I've already got my vaccine. Then I saw a doctor. He said he was going to give me my paperwork so I can get out of here. And now I'm seeing you. He goes, so you've already seen the doctor? I'm like, yes. He goes, and you've already gotten the vaccine? I'm like, I got the vaccine before I saw the doctor. It's not like I got the vaccine and I need to see the doctor. Or whatever. It's like, I got the vaccine, then I saw a doctor, and now I'm seeing another doctor. I said, I've already gotten the vaccine, I've already seen a doctor. He goes, well, then I guess you want to get your paperwork and get out of here. Yes, that's what I told the last doctor. He's like, well, let me just go ahead and do that. I'm like, please make it quick. Because I've already got my vaccine. And then I saw the doctor. You're supposed to see the doctor, then get the vaccine, right? So then I'm waiting and waiting and waiting for a long, long time this time. I heard something. So then, this lady comes up to me with a tablet, and she goes, I'm here to check you in. You believe that? I'm here to check you in. After I got my vaccine and saw not one but two doctors, she's there to check me in. To get my insurance. So when I see the doctor, they can charge me. So she's asking me all these questions. I said, ma'am, I said, I just, FYI, I came here to get my vaccine. Yeah, you'll get that. I said, no, listen to me. It's not that I will get it. I've already gotten it. I've already got my vaccine. I've already seen not one, but two doctors. You've seen two doctors? Yes. She goes, you didn't just get here? I'm like, no. I did get here right away and try to get my vaccine right away. But now I've been here for hours and hours. Like, this is going on like 5 hours. Yeah. Go back in time, I would have never said anything. I would let her do my vaccine, and I would have left. So, she asked me all these questions about my insurance, made me sign papers and stuff. I'm thinking, this is so backwards. And, I was like, ma'am, I was like, can you please get the doctor or something? I was like, I've been sitting here for now like 5 freaking hours. I've already got my vaccine, and I've already seen a doctor, and then another doctor. 2. So, she's like, yeah, well, I think they probably have to get your discharge papers, but I just signed you in. I'm like, I know. So maybe that is what was... The computer probably won't let them give me my discharge papers if I'm not signed in yet. Hello. Think about that. So, am I still on? It's weird. I'm like recording, but it doesn't have like the time. So she finally signs me in. This is so stupid. And again, I wait. And wait. I'm like, fuck this shit. What am I waiting for? Like, I've already gotten my vaccine. I could have left then. But then I saw 2 doctors. And then I got signed in. Like, what the fuck am I waiting on? Don't my arms look really thin right here? Ooh. So, it's weird because my arms are so thin, but yet my belly's fat. Fat. So, I'm about ready to walk out. But something tells me just give it a couple more seconds. She finally comes with my discharge papers. I get the discharge papers. I was like, ma'am, I got a quick question. I said, you've been awesome. I'm not trying to be rude or anything. I said, but I'm just asking a question. She's like, yeah, go ahead. I said, what would happen if I had walked out of here before I get my discharge papers? She said, oh, well, we would call that a, there was a word she used. I said, what does that word mean? That sounds like something illegal. She goes, well, we would just put that in your records. I'm like, ew, that's not a good idea to put that in my records. I was like, because then they could probably tell me they're not going to treat me. She goes, no, we can't do that. She goes, we cannot deny you treatment. That would be against the law. I was like, so if I leave the emergency room without my discharge papers, what happens? She goes, well, we would put that in your records. But what's going to come of it? They can't call the police. I'm not having... If you don't break the law, is it against the law? If you're not breaking the law, then it's not against the law. Walking out of the emergency room is not against the law. Not paying your bill, but even that wouldn't get you thrown in jail. That would go to, the collections or whatever. And I'm not even going to try to do that because I have insurance. I was like, well, if I could do all over again, I would have walked out of here as soon as you gave me that damn shot. I would have never seen the doctor, and as hell, I wouldn't wait 5 freaking hours. I could have got my shot, but instead I waited 5 hours for nothing. Nothing. So, so that's that. Stay tuned for the next drama.